The Gospels, those four distinct yet interconnected accounts of the life and teachings of Jesus Christ, have been the subject of scrutiny and debate for centuries. Their reliability is often questioned, yet a careful examination reveals compelling reasons to trust them as authentic narratives of historical events. This narrative will explore 7 reasons that shed light on the reliability of the Gospels, showcasing their historical context, consistency, eyewitness testimony, early dating, the role of oral tradition, their transformative impact, and the character of their authors. First and foremost, the historical context in which the Gospels were written is crucial to understanding their reliability. The Gospels emerged in the 1st century, a time when oral tradition was a prominent means of preserving and sharing stories. The cultural milieu of ancient Judea was rich with storytelling, and the events surrounding Jesus' life were deeply ingrained in the collective memory of the community. The Gospels were written during the lifetimes of many who had witnessed Jesus' ministry, ensuring that the narratives were grounded in the experiences of those who could confirm or challenge the accounts. This proximity to the events they describe lends a significant degree of credibility to the Gospels, as they were crafted in a time when the memory of Jesus was still vivid and the impact of his life was being actively discussed. The second reason for trusting the Gospels lies in their remarkable consistency. Despite being written by different authors, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, who each had their unique perspectives and audiences, the core messages and events they recount align closely. This consistency is particularly striking, given the diversity of the authors' backgrounds and the geographical locations from which they wrote. The Gospels agree on key events such as the crucifixion, the resurrection, and the teachings of Jesus. While each Gospel presents its narrative with distinct emphases, the harmony in their accounts suggests that they draw from a common historical foundation. This convergence of details across different texts strengthens the argument for their reliability, as it indicates that they are not merely fabricated tales, but rather reflections of a shared historical reality. Eyewitness testimony is another cornerstone of the Gospel's reliability. The authors of the Gospels, particularly Matthew and John, are traditionally believed to have been direct witnesses to the events they describe. Mark, thought to be a companion of Peter, likely based his account on Peter's first-hand experiences. Luke, while not an eyewitness himself, conducted thorough investigations and interviewed those who were present during Jesus' ministry. This connection to eyewitnesses provides a layer of authenticity, as the narratives are rooted in the direct experiences of individuals who were present during the pivotal moments of Jesus' life. The inclusion of specific names, places, and events further enhances the credibility of these accounts, as they reflect a commitment to accurately portraying the historical context. The dating of the Gospels is also a vital factor in assessing their reliability. Most scholars agree that the Gospels were written within a few decades of Jesus' death, with Mark being the earliest, likely penned around 65–70 AD, and John being the latest, around 90 to 100 AD. This relatively short time frame between the events and their documentation reduces the likelihood of significant distortion or mythologizing. In contrast, many ancient texts, including those of other historical figures, were written centuries after the events they describe. The proximity of the Gospels to the events they narrate allows for a greater chance that the stories were accurately preserved and transmitted, as the living memory of the witnesses would have still been present to correct inaccuracies or embellishments. Oral tradition plays a significant role in the transmission of the Gospels, further bolstering their reliability. In the ancient world, oral storytelling was a respected and effective means of preserving history. The early Christian community relied heavily on oral tradition to share the teachings of Jesus and the events of his life. This method of transmission was not haphazard. It involved rigorous memorization and communal reinforcement. As stories were shared, they were often repeated in the same manner, ensuring consistency and accuracy. The Gospels reflect this oral tradition, capturing the essence of Jesus' teachings and actions while also adapting to the unique context of their audiences. The oral culture of the time meant that deviations from the truth would be quickly corrected within the community, lending further credibility to the written accounts. The transformative impact of the Gospels on individuals and society also speaks to their reliability. The Gospels have not only survived through centuries, but have also inspired countless individuals to change their lives. The message of love, forgiveness, and redemption found within these texts has resonated deeply with people across different cultures and eras. The profound influence of the Gospels on art, literature, and ethical thought indicates that they contain a truth that transcends mere historical narrative. The transformative power of their message suggests that they are rooted in a reality that has the capacity to effect change in the human heart. This transformative quality reinforces the idea that the Gospels are not mere fables, but rather accounts of a life that has had a lasting impact on humanity. Finally, examining the character of the authors provides insight into the reliability of the Gospels. The Gospel writers were not seeking personal gain or fame. Rather, they were motivated by a desire to share the truth of Jesus' life and teachings. Each author faced challenges and opposition in their efforts to document the story of Jesus. They wrote in a context where proclaiming the message of Christ often led to persecution and martyrdom. Their willingness to endure hardship for the sake of their testimony suggests a deep commitment to the truth of their accounts. Additionally, the Gospels do not shy away from portraying the flaws and failures of their characters, including the disciples. This honesty adds to their credibility, as it reflects a genuine attempt to present an accurate portrayal of events rather than a sanitized version designed for propaganda. In conclusion, the reliability of the Gospels is supported by a multitude of compelling reasons. The historical context in which they were written, their consistency across different accounts, the eyewitness testimony of their authors, the early dating of the texts, the role of oral tradition, their transformative impact on individuals and society, and the character of the authors all contribute to a robust case for their trustworthiness. While skepticism is a natural part of inquiry, a thoughtful examination of these factors reveals that the Gospels can be trusted as authentic narratives of Jesus' life and teachings. They invite readers into a profound exploration of faith, history, and the enduring legacy of one of history's most significant figures. The Gospels, with their rich tapestry of stories and messages, continue to resonate, challenge, and inspire, serving as a testament to the reliability of their accounts and the truth they convey.